Now I'd like to go over two practice questions, more of a similar type of question you might see on an exam for placing a tax on the seller. In this graph that we see here, the original equilibrium price will be found by the demand curve in the old supply. And so we have an equilibrium price of $50 and a quantity of 50. And now we're going to place a $6 tax that's placed on the seller. We know that because we have a new supply curve that's shifted up. That means this is how we're going to model the legislative incidence of a tax placed on the seller, a new supply curve that's higher. If you want to know the amount of the tax, you can take that point there and that point there, that vertical distance between the two supply curves. Is going to be 51 minus 45, $6. So we know it's a $6 tax. Now the question would be like, what price do buyers pay after the tax? So once you pause there, take a few seconds to try to come up with your answer of interpreting this graph of what price buyers pay after the tax. Okay, first step to answering this question, we need to find the tax equilibrium. And so we take our new supply curve and where it crosses demand, put a little dot. That's going to be our after-tax equilibrium. And we can take that after-tax equilibrium down to the quantity axis and get the quantity tax equal to 45. Right? So we're going to get that reduction in quantity from 50 to 45. Now for the buyers, what price do the buyers pay? Buyers are demand. And so we're going to go to the original demand curve with that new quantity tax of 45 to get the price the buyers pay. So we take that 45 up to the original demand curve right there, come on over, and we'll get a price of $51. Okay, same graph, original equilibrium is a price of 50 and a quantity of 50. This one, after that $6 tax, what price do sellers get to keep after the tax? So pause here and come up with an answer. Okay, again, we always start with finding our after-tax equilibrium. That's going to happen with our new supply, which is supply plus tax. We can do our after-tax equilibrium. We can bring that down to the quantity axis to get our quantity tax of 45. Right, now because we're looking at the sellers, that's a supply curve. And so we want to go to the original supply curve, like that before tax supply curve. We take our quantity tax up to that, and that's going to be that red curve there. Bring it over to the price axis, $45. Sellers will get to keep $45 of that posted price of 51 after the tax. The difference between 51 and 45 is going to be that $6